So I've been touched a lot in my life, sometimes consensually, sometimes unconsensually, unfortunately. Okay, so I kind of, have some feelings when those kinds of things happen to other people. Basically, Doja Cat got into this situation, right? And the thing is, there's a lot of nuance, a lot of nuance to the situation she got herself in. In these situations, they tend to not really excite me, but they tend to they get in my guts, right? They start digging in me. Whenever a celebrity is under fire, I always think I'm like, okay, is this a fair assessment of the situation that they're being under fire for, or is this something that because they're a celebrity, people are being a lot harder on them on? I feel like that's the situation we're at here with Doja Cat. Okay, now if you allow me to get little on you, thank you for being so polite. This is relatively the situation she was in. Now, if you follow me on Twitter, you may have seen I made a little post about it. I said, I feel bad for her. Trust me, I'm going to explain what happened. But certain people, they disagreed with me in my comment section, but I didn't attack them too hard because this is a very nuanced issue that would take very long for me to explain my full thoughts on. That's why I thought it would be a good idea to make this YouTube video. But basically, this video surfaced like, I don't know, probably like a few days ago.
I'm about to give my shirt to Doja Cat because she's the iconic girl.
Period!
No, bitch, you deserve it. Literally, and if you ever want anything more, I got you, always. This is the girl right here. I love you, Zach. Thank you so much.
Happy Pride Month.
Pablo.
Nice to meet
Look, look, I'm gonna say this right now. Obviously, at the time, everyone was like, oh, it's so nice, da, da, da. I didn't say anything. I wish I would. I gotta start saying what I think. But in my mind, I was like, bro, him just taking his shirt off and hugging her, I was like, that's a bit weird, bit funky.
Wait, what's your real name? Or is it Doja? What's your real name?
Ami.
Ami, so nice to meet you, girl.
Nice
You're
to meet
beautiful.
you
I hope
too.
you have the best night.
I don't think I listened to the audio before. What? Okay, because what? That's so, oh my gosh, that's so weird. Because what if she wasn't comfortable giving that name out? Okay, see, it's shit like that that made her shave her head bald in the first place. So anyways, let's get.
Literally everything in one. Thank you.
you.
Yeah.
The audio makes it so much worse. When I say I literally watched it on mute, like not continuously, but like every time I saw it, I never actually played the video. So this is like murdering me.
Ami, love you, dog. Don't say thank you.
You smell great.
Okay, so that happened, right? And then a few days later, Doja Cat had this tweet that was later deleted. Bottom line is, I'll smile at you, but it doesn't mean I fuck with you, and don't touch me and manhandle me when you don't even fucking know me. If you know, you know. I honestly think I need to stand up for myself oh my gosh, I'm so sorry. In the moment sometimes, and he didn't even know my fucking name to be touching me and kissing me on my face like that is crazy. And then she said, I threw away that musty ass shirt, by the way. Okay, see, a lot of people saw that and got mad. Okay, he has his story. We're gonna get to it later, trust. But let me get big on you. Let me get a bit big on you, all right? And honestly, not gonna lie, I'll probably go to his thing quickly because I think it's gonna encapsulate my thoughts better once I can give you both. But this is a prime example of a parasocial relationship. Now, obviously, like there's no doubts about it being parasocial. Kind of like she said in her tweet, like, yeah, she's smiling at you, she's being nice, she's saying nice things. That doesn't necessarily mean you can go hug, especially you're a random in the street. Now, what a lot of people are saying to me in regards to my post is they're like, oh, there's ways she could have gotten out of there. Actually, let's take a look at my comment. Bro said, brother, what? She reciprocated the energy. I get it. She felt uncomfortable, but he had zero clue about it. Why air him out instead of just saying, I didn't appreciate that for future reference? And I completely understand why someone would come to this conclusion. Again, that's why I was very respectful. Like usually when I argue with people, I say like very disrespectful things to them, things about their parents, mention like sleeping with their parents in very graphic detail. But it's like, I understand this conclusion to come to, but for one, the reciprocated energy. There's a two-pronged approach to this, okay? Because for one, she's a celebrity, right? However, as a human being beyond even just being a celebrity, if you're in a situation where someone's being nice to you, now again, it would be one thing if he was like shitting on her and she's just sitting there taking it. But, a person's being nice to you, you feel the pressure to be nice back. And you do naturally match the energy. And that, and a lot of times historically, has led to people being in certain situations, breaking certain touch barriers that they aren't actually comfortable. I mean? Like, think about the moment where this, this shirtless man goes for a hug and then you go like this, you pull away or something like that. I don't know if she is, but she seems to be by herself, which I don't know what the fuck she's doing by herself like that. Like Doja Cat, like you're a celebrity, bro. Get some security. Especially you're a celebrity woman, bro. Get security. I don't know, man. Maybe her security could have been on like a pee break or something like that. Ugh, I thought I paused. But anyways, someone's being nice to you, you're by yourself, you're matching the energy, you're just hoping the interaction ends. There's plenty of people. I don't know if you definitely have people in your life where, maybe they're a coworker, maybe they're again someone you just bump into. You can tell it's a very weird interaction. They're being nice. You can tell they don't really think it's as awkward as you think it is. And you're just matching the energy. You're being kind until the situation goes away, but it lingers around for longer than you would like. That's a very real experience, right? So I feel like it's a bit unfair to be like, oh, she reciprocated the energy. Like, what is she supposed to do? Slap him and kick him in the balls? No. And the other added element is her being a celebrity. Her being a celebrity already, people are like, oh, she hates her fans. She hates this. She hates that. A celebrity that people already shit on, by the way, but just celebrity in general. There's so much pressure to be nice to these people. So if this man's like trying to like hug her, trying to give her this shirt, and she's like, oh no, like I gotta go. You know how easily it could be framed as, oh my gosh, she's ungrateful. Oh my gosh, I met Doja Cat and it was such a bad experience. Da 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 da. And you could be thinking, oh well, that's ridiculous. People wouldn't think that. It's just one person. But the thing is, people would, because there are people that are already looking for reasons to hate her. Now, mind you, I don't know. I think she did do something in the past that was like actually bad. I can't remember though. But the point is, there are already people, and it can be for any celebrity. It can be for celebrities far less problematic than Doja Cat. People are looking for things to be upset about. So you just want to be kind and play it off. Okay. Now I will say, I was in a very similar situation to this with a gay man. Now, him being gay was not essential to the story. I just think it's funny because this guy's gay and the guy from the story is gay. So it's kind of like an alignment there. Now, again, I'm not saying I'm Doja Cat here, but basically there was a situation. I remember it was when I was visiting my friend in New York where this guy, like, he came up to me, like, he was talking, like, he had like some like friends with him or whatever. And he's like, oh, you're that guy from TikTok. Can I get a picture? I was like, yeah, sure. So basically, one of these bad boys, like because he did like this first, and then I was like, okay, like let me get in there. So he went and took the picture, and then like he kept squeezing me and he wasn't stopping, and I'm like, okay, I wish he would stop squeezing me, but I don't want to push him off. I don't want this to be a thing where I get into a fist fight with the guy, or where it's because a lot of people were around, and a lot of people were around, just like there are people around here. I don't want it to be a situation where it's like, oh my gosh, did he just push him? Oh my gosh, that dude was being nice, and then that guy just pushed him out of nowhere. He was being mean. Oh, look at BRS. He's so weird in real life. Like, I take immense pride for when people meet me IRL, they always say like I'm nicer than they thought I was gonna be. Nicer, calmer, things of the sort, right? Like, I like the fact that there are people who like, say like I come up on their For You page on their YouTube feed and someone's with them. They're like, oh yeah, I met him. He's a very nice guy. I like that people can say that. I like that people can comment, oh, but I met BRS in real life and like he's actually like not that bad of a guy. I like that person. So it's like, imagine even being Doja Cat, right? Because mind you, at the time, that's me having 300K followers on TikTok, and I was thinking about that shit. It was like, imagine being she's multi-platinum. She got to be multi-platinum recording artist Doja Cat. So when people are like, oh, like there's no pressure to be and that's what people said in response to me right here. Like, people are like, oh yeah, like there's no pressure actually. Yeah, this person said there's no pressure to reciprocate. If she walked away, no one would be talking about this. You literally don't know that, because it could be the smallest shit where someone's like, so and so's rude. How often do you hear that story? I literally had a coach in high school who met LeBron and said that LeBron was an asshole because like he wouldn't like dap him up or something. But then as he was telling the story, it was clear that like my coach, the guy who met LeBron, was a very drunk guy in like some sort of like Vegas casino. So it made a lot more sense of the situation given the context, all right? But then I'm sure there's other people who didn't like ask, about the situation, how things went, where they're just like, oh man, that guy told me LeBron's mean. He must just be mean in IRL. Like, do you see what I'm getting at here, okay? Even like, yes, again, there's an added element to being a celebrity in this situation, but again, I want you to think as a human being. There are situations where there are people, they're being kind to you, and you don't want to rock the boat, okay? And I think a lot of people who don't understand this aren't real like people pleasers like that, but it's like, you don't want the friction. You don't want to have to tell someone, hey, calm down. You don't want to have to be like, hey, like this is a boundary. I'm saying you don't want to be that person. And again, you can say that's bad. You can say that there are certain ways to like stand up for yourself, yada, yada, yada. Yes, but the thing is, it's hard, and it's hard for a lot of people, not just a few. This is not like something that would only happen to Doja Cat. Like I told you, this theme is very common, right? Now, as for these messages, as for these posts, and I meant to mention earlier, because I wanted the first sentence of this video to really hit. I was going to say something about being like touched or something, which again, a lot of times you're in situations where you feel violated, right? Like she could have felt insanely violated right here in a way that truly, truly bothered her, right? But again, in this situation, you have to play it cool. You can't say what you really want to say for multiple reasons I just outlined. But the thing is, that feeling of discomfort doesn't go away. So then eventually it kind of like explodes. I remember after one of the times I got touched, it was literally like, again, it was probably like days later. Like I started like screaming at people. Like I started like yelling at people that I knew. And yes, I can acknowledge that this isn't like a sexual touch. Like, you know what I mean? Like she's not getting groped or anything, but it is a lot of touching, especially if you're not someone who likes being touched by people like me. Like I hate being touched like this, absolutely. And that's why when I watched it the first time, like I told you, I thought it was weird. Like this would not be okay with me. Like something like this can be a lot. All right, so it's like I understand if she felt violated in this moment and then later she ended up lashing out, but she did again delete the messages, right? Oh, and then this person said right here, the re-engaging of the hug on her part and putting her leg up was a little different than the first one where bro dead grabbed her though. No, okay, look at the situation, bro. Look, and the thing is, this comment made me very mad, and I was like, this is why I was like, bro, I cannot argue with these people right now.
I'm about to give my shirt to Doja Cat because she's.
Oh my gosh.
I'm about to give my shirt to Doja Cat because she.
I can't listen with the audio again. Okay, but anyways, actually, this is better. This is better because you see pure body language. Okay,
She's
look.
the iconic girl.
Okay, look. Okay, look at her. She just wants the shirt, right? He offered the shirt, and you're gonna see there. He has his side of the story, and this video is gonna make a lot more sense actually after his side of the story. But look, she's trying to get the shirt right here, right? And then like you see, it's a little awkward moment. She's like, and she's like, oh my gosh, thank you so much, and like he's like hyping her up or whatever. You know what I mean? He's like glazing. He's like putting on his brain. Hug. He grabbed her. Right. He's still grabbing her. He's still grabbing her. He's still touching her. He's still touching her. Okay. Now he let go. And then he reached out again. He reached out again right here. As you can see, he lets go. And then, yep, boom, he's in there again. What do you do in this situation if you're Doja Cat? Yes, in theory, she could back up. In theory, she could back up. But like we discussed earlier, is that really something that you do in this situation? Is that something that would feel good doing? Now, look, you could just be that bold person who doesn't care, and that's completely fine and good for you. As a matter of fact, it probably keeps you out of situations like this. But what I am saying is not everyone's like that. And I'd say probably most people aren't like that. But anyways, let's look at this hug. And then people have been saying she wrapped her leg around. She picked her leg up. Her thigh right here is not touching his fucking body, bro. Like, let's be for real. And then boom, still touching, still touching. He pulled her in. Oh, that's even worse. See, look, let go. And this is a good body language test. And I pray that if you're watching me, you already know this. But in this kind of situation, bro, he pulled her hands all the way in to like. Her hands are closer to his hips than they are to her hips. And look at the face right here on the cheek kiss. And again, look, this is an interaction perhaps that like, you know, he has had with other strangers and it works perfectly fine. But like, again, this is a stranger. You can't assume that they're like the other. And this is a bit of an invasion. Like if you watch this, bro, I really hope he is watching these videos back and seeing like, oh my gosh. No way, no way. Okay, because I'm just looking at the hand. I'm looking at how much he's touching her. Okay, so here, literally, if you can see the tension right there, bro. If you can see the tension right here, she's backing up. Backing up. Did you see the bounce in the arms from her being pulled back? Like this is actually so fucked up. Because in my mind, I was like, you know what? Maybe like he didn't really know. Da, 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 da. But in the moment, this is just like unacceptable. Look, arm bounce, and then he's jumping, so she has to jump. She has to match the energy. Like, there you go. Yep. But you see what I mean? Like, people are like, oh, well, why'd she reciprocate the energy? Like, are you serious? Like, bro, there's multiple points in this video. He did not let go. And that, like, and I didn't even notice it before. Like, like, I saw, like, the hugging. I was like, okay, that's a bit much. Like, you're doing too much with that. The little, like, face kiss, that's a bit too much. But the amount of times in that video, if you look back, when he was just grabbing her, and then pulling her in, that was so odd. Okay, but let's look at his side of the story. Okay, let's get in there.
Clear this up because it hurts. Because I loved her. I watched her at Coachella. I've never claimed to be the biggest fan, but I really stand her, and I think what her work is amazing.
I never claimed to be the biggest fan, but I stand her.
I think it's crazy because she's the one at this event that was being so nice, and she said she pointed out my shirt, and I said, and I like that. And then when I went outside and she was outside, I was like, girl, you'd be the perfect girl for my Pride collection. And she said, what do you mean? What Pride?
Like, does it not rub anyone the wrong way where it's like you're using this as an opportunity to promote your brand? Like, the thing is, I've met people more clouded up than me, to say the least, right? But I feel like it would just be immensely disrespectful for me to plug my own shit. You know what I mean? While meeting that person. Like, imagine I'm talking to somebody, talking to a celebrity. Hey, you should be one of my TikToks. I make TikToks. Da, 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 da. Oh, you should be one of my videos. Da, da, da. Oh, you should look at one of my videos. Oh, you should repost. Like, it's like, I know you're like taking an opportunity and seizing the day, but I feel like that's always been like a messy way to do business.
Collection. I said, oh, I released this t-shirt, blah, 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 I'd love to give you one. She said, I want one right now. And I said, oh, I could give this one to you. She said, no way, you're not gonna give this to me. And that's when the video started, and she was being so
And look, I know I sped it up because like I didn't. It's like 2 minutes, bro. I don't want to hear all this. Does that not sound like, not like a red flag, but does that not sound like she was maybe just being nice? Like, yes, she pointed out his shirt in the bar or whatever, and then he's like, "Oh man, you should wear something for my collection." She's like, "What are you talking about?" And he's like, "Oh yeah, like I'm wearing these shirts, da 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 da." And she's like, "Oh, I want one right now." And then he's like, "Oh, I'll give you this one right now." And she's like, "What? You're gonna do that?" And he's like, "Yes." Like, does that not sound like something that would very much like go along with the fact that she might not be the most comfortable, but he's just pressing the situation? And I'm not gonna lie, this kind of is striking a chord with me because there are people I've known to be like just super assertive like that, right? Like like he's again in this situation being extremely, at this point he's not doing anything wrong. He's just talking about his shirt, right? But like he's being so assertive to the point where the other person doesn't really feel like they have a choice. And now that it comes out that that person felt like they didn't really have a choice, now it's like, what are you talking about?
sweet and amazing, and I thought that's what it was. And now, guys, she's on Twitter saying she threw that musty shirt away. She's saying that I didn't know her name, that I manhandled her, all this stuff. I understand, guys, if I was being like too nice or whatever, I will take full accountability. I'm gay. I would never want to make her feel uncomfortable. She's so iconic.
I'm gay. I would never want to make her feel uncomfortable. See, this is the problem. This is what I hate that I'm gonna have to be on the side of like straight women for a second. It's being on the side of straight women, as in like straight women in like their homophobia, not in a pro homophobia way. Okay, let me explain. I've heard a lot of homophobic straight women say things like, "Oh, gay men forget that they're still men." Da 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 da. Like they use that to promote their homophobic rhetoric, right? But the thing is, when they say that, situations like this is kind of exactly what they're talking about. So it's like now a lot of people are going to look at that ammunition and be like, "Oh, well, see, he thought because he was gay, like it was like an instant sign of like, oh, wait, I mean you no harm." Because clearly that's how he views it, right? Like, oh, he's gay. He wouldn't want to make a woman uncomfortable. That's straight man's business. Like, do we see how that's kind of just like a not too smart way of thinking? And look, obviously, again, I'm not pro homophobia at all. But the brand of homophobia, when they're like, oh, gay men don't realize that they're still men, what do we really say to that now when there are examples like this of it being proven? And obviously this isn't all or even most gay men. Like this is just a like possibly the most blatant example of it ever happening, but it just doesn't help the case. You know what I mean? Unfortunately.
I thought I have not been, I've only been saying the nicest things about her. She's the sweetest celebrity. She made me feel so seen. She said, Ami, I thought she was, I mean, I don't know what's going on. I don't know if this is for publicity or for whatever, guys, but I would have never wanted to make her uncomfortable. I would have never even filmed if she didn't say yes, guys. That video that we filmed was after everything, and I don't want to be that guy that comes on emotional or whatever, but I feel like I'm always the butt of the joke. Like, why am I the punching bag, bro? Like,
okay, see, this is funny. Like, he's responding to everything, which again, I don't blame him for responding, but like now he's like main charactering himself. Like, oh, I'm always the butt of the joke. Like, bro, we don't know. We don't know that. Like, bro, we simply don't know your lore.
literally, like, nothing happened other than her liking my shirt. I offered to give it to her. She doesn't have to keep it. She doesn't have to do whatever. But she was obviously down, like, and I understand she has to set her boundaries. She's a celebrity. I'm not. I will never understand that. So I value that and I appreciate and I get that. But for me, guys, I'm a normal ass person that's at a bar, meets Doja Cat. I just released my clothing drop for Pride, and I just offered to give her one, and she said, oh, I want one right now. So I had the size. I was like, here, take it. I apologize if I did anything wrong at all. But guys, I'm a human being too. And honestly, this just shows me, I guess, that maybe not everybody's who they show in person. I would have never said anything other than she's the sweetest girl ever, but I guess she wanted.
Bro, I'm not gonna lie. It's crazy to me that he's like, oh man, like I gotta take accountability. Like I'm so sorry. Like that. Like if he literally would have came out being like, I'm so sorry, I think a lot more people would have taken a side. But the fact he's doing all this, da, 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 I'm so sorry, I'm so sorry, I'm so sorry, and then I guess not everyone's how they appear to be. For one, mind you, didn't Doja Cat literally go on like a press run when she was like, oh, fuck my fans, I hate them. Like she literally did that. Now, mind you, I'm pretty sure it ended up being exposed that was to promote the album, but like, come on.
Going on a whole tweet rant about me. I never claimed to have it all laid out, to know what I'm doing. Like, I'm just at a bar, released a clothing drop. Doja's being very sweet to me. And also, guys, I know I didn't know her first name. I'm so sorry. I never claimed to be the biggest fan ever. I just respect her a lot for her work. I've listened to her music so many times. I met her 4.5 years ago at the VMAs, and I was like gagged. And I thought 4.5 years later, the world worked for me. Like, the stars lined in my favor, but I guess not.
But do we see how that little story, that preamble he gave makes this video make a lot more sense. And again, and watch the whole thing in silence. It's like, I don't think he realized while he was explaining it, like, but he made it sound even worse than it looked initially. But like, look at this contact, man. Like, again, the second you let go, now you're back in, right? Now you're grabbing again. She's walking away again. The yank of the arm, horrible, bro. I feel like I'm honestly like Batman, like analyzing this right now. But you know what I mean? Let me get big on you, bro. Like, see how that's a problem, and see how, like, yes, her reaction, it's a little blunt, it's a little extreme, but it wasn't a bad reaction. Or I guess I'll say it was a bad reaction. Like, as far as like it's just a net negative, like being that, like, it wasn't a ridiculous reaction is what I'm trying to say. Like, it's not like unfair. You simply should not go around touching people like that. Point blank period. Like, it's too much touching. Like I don't care how, like, cause I know like people do like the whole like, oh, I'm gay passing thing. I don't care how gay passing I was. I am not going around touching people like that. In mine, I'm gonna be completely real with you, bro. It's not even a man-woman thing. If that was some random woman, bro, I wouldn't be surprised if Doja Cat felt the same way. Like, yes, him being a man added a certain element to it, but god damn, that was a lot. Like, the yank of the arms, like, that was crazy, man. But anyways, that's about it for this video. I really hope you understand what I'm saying about, like, you know, the boundaries. And I know this video is probably a little bit shorter, and I do apologize for that. I'm feeling very sick again today. So, you know, I was feeling something yesterday, and now I'm feeling something today. So I'm taking like a little bit of a day off, but like I told you guys, I learned from my day off mistakes, and no longer am making my day offs anti, you know, my progress, anti my work. So instead of doing something like recording no videos, not streaming, stuff like that, I made more of a simple video, right? Where, like, you know, I could see this thing and then analyze it a bit, you know, and really talk about because not gonna lie though, this wasn't me forcing a video that wasn't there. It's just genuinely such a nuanced topic. I couldn't talk about it fully on Twitter. Like, once I said, oh, I feel bad for her, and people didn't agree with me, I was like, okay, I'm not gonna be able to explain to you what I mean on Twitter right now, so I have to make a video about this. But you know what I mean? Making a simpler video. I'll be playing tell. Oh yeah, I didn't self promo today. Twitch, Bryce_Estelle, lives account. See, that's how you know I'm fucked up. Discord, all in the description to the video. But yeah, I'm gonna have a chill little Batman stream today, Batman Telltale. And I'm hoping I can go to bed fairly early so I can be well rested for tomorrow and attack the day just a bit harder. Because I'm tired of feeling sick. I'm tired of feeling tired. So I'm hoping, you know, I'll get it in. But again, I'm very glad that I didn't take any breaks. You know, I got all my shit in. Forgot what my last line was anyways. Oh my gosh, did you hear the tiredness in my voice? Just open TikTok to post my whoa. Bro, when I tell you, there's this bro, one of my videos, you guys probably know what it is once I start talking about it. On one of my YouTube videos keeps like resurfacing, and it's like the one where it's like I can't have the person I made this video about see it. Actually, I can. It wouldn't be that big of a deal, but it would just be very awkward. Like, as in, they would probably, like, you know, like I mentioned this before, bro. Like, I just tell stories from my perspective, and sometimes people think it means I'm shitting on them. Like, this person would think I was shitting on them. So, like, now, like, I'm really, like, because it kind of, someone made a TikTok about it, and the TikTok's kind of doing, like, it looks like it's going to be doing well. So, I just, like, checking my mentions, like, please tell me. Please don't tell me. Like, if someone gets an ID, bro, I am cooked. But anyways, bro, I'm so tired. I feel so sick. But I'm going to get it together. Everything is going to be splendid. Thank you so much for watching. Like, comment, subscribe, everything I have to say. And I'm so sorry. Oh my gosh, so sorry. Oh my gosh. See, bro, I'm so fucked up right now. Anyways, thank you so much for watching the video. Like, comment, subscribe, everything I have to say. I'm so sorry. And I love you. Okay? Have a great day, night, evening, morning.